Okay. Japanese versus English. Let's get into it. So for those unfamiliar, Tundra's like a relatively new map. Very just like well balanced. It has like all your sheep is in pretty close proximity to your starting town center. You just kind of like do a lap and you'll find them all. And then you've got in the back of your base, nice and safe, a berry bush, a deer pack, a wood line. The only thing is that your gold is exposed. Exposed in the front. Yeah. And your second gold is even like further away. So in the early game, it should be pretty easy to sort of establish a baseline sort of economy, but as the game goes on, you'll really need to start controlling areas of the map. There's water on this map, but there's no fish in the water, so there's no like docks, fishing off the shore with your villagers or anything like that. Mostly just there as obstacles. Yeah, so these guys both just grabbing all of the nearby sheep. Yeah, Japan being a civ that prefers berries, no surprise that we're seeing a swap over to berries as they gather to get up into the feudal age. It's a mid-game skirmishing map. Yeah, it's definitely... Yeah, you kind of just get set up in the beginning. It's very hard to like punish with super early aggression because you can like wall off and be really safe here in like the early middle game, but yeah, later on you'll need to be out on these objectives like the food here and the deer out here, things like that, and of course the relics that are all over the map. So it lends itself to mid-game combat, that's for sure. We're aging up to the feudal age with the Abbey of Kings. This will allow him to make a king. The king, similar to a knight, will get him out onto the map and let him do a little bit of harass while he does something behind this. English is either 50-50 right now between doing some kind of fast castle maneuver or building a second town center, but we can see already since he's starting to gather stone that it will be a second town center. Kura Storehouse for Japanese, which is pretty standard. I honestly don't really see a whole lot out of Japan besides just a really fast Castle Age play. We'll probably see fast Castle against 2TC here. Any sheep get missed? I don't think so. Probably not. No. These guys all found theirs and brought them in. Tiny Scout is going to be able to see the Abbey of Kings in the front, but was not able to get back and scout the stone, which is pretty crucial against English. It's either he's just assuming it's 2TC, which like is probably just fine, I think, but still, I wouldn't be surprised if he dips around the back to try and just double check. We'll switch to the villager distribution here. We can see, yeah, very similar, but now that these guys go onto wood, or food rather, it's pretty clear that we're just going to go straight up to the Castle Age, which will allow them to get a head start on these relics and get mounted samurai out to raid. Storehouse is like public construction, 10 to 15 business years to finish. Yeah, So I know you played StarCraft, so it really depends. Like, in StarCraft, you can't multi-build, so you can't have like 10 SCVs build the same thing. But it in this you can. So if you have 10 villagers building it, it's faster than only a couple. But oh, here's the second town center. Interesting placement. He normally really likes to keep these close to home, so I'm kind of surprised he didn't build it like here between the gold and the berries. But this is a good spot too. It secures berries, wood, the second gold, which, as we were saying in the beginning, can be hard to secure, and this deer pack. He'll be able to kind of shepherd these deer in closer to the town center, I'm sure. The first knight is, or king rather, is out. We'll see how much damage it can get done. We got spears on the way, which is good. That will certainly help, but the spears just can't be everywhere at once, so... Oh wow, he just pulls off the berries preemptively. I'm not sure if that is really needed. But he does have these sheep still under his TC that he can gather from in the meantime. Behind this, the second TC is done. Oh, he just built a mill instead of herding the deer in. That's fine, I suppose. Spears are going to make sure that this king's damage is limited. Farms are still popping up around the Kira. And we've got just about enough resources to go to Castle. I think 2 spears is a good amount. Obviously, you got to know that there isn't like tons of units coming when you're against English, right? It's just this king you have to worry about in the early game. So having a couple spears out. Yeah, there's our Castle Age landmark and a stable. Survival techniques is researched. Oh yeah, we're back here on the... He built a campfire? What the hell? Oh well. So we're on both deer packs, which is cool. We've got a third one up here that's a little bit more exposed, admittedly. Not sure if we'll see him go on that anytime soon. Castle Age just about to complete. Creating a Yorshiro. And here we go. Mounted Samurais are in the queue. So this will initially be really uncomfortable to defend against for our yellow English player. We'll see if the town center can pay off before the pressure gets too bad. Oh wow, really long distance mining that deer. White Tower, where is it at? Okay, White Tower is going to go down at the natural, or at the expansion here, the second town center. Not too bad of a spot, in my opinion. You would either want to secure this or secure like your eco back here, I guess. And I guess the added benefit of doing it here is that it just blocks off this entire way, right? It almost acts as like a bit of a wall. So you only need to worry about being attacked from the front. And we've already got a wall up here and a wall here. So it is really just this front area that we need to be worried about. Mounted Samurai are still piling up here. Yeah, the Samurai are just going to go straight for this back eco. Actually, we saw their rally point. Yeah, they're going to stop right about here. Yeah, can definitely get a good amount of damage done here on the wood line if that is the choice. Monastery going down near the front. Wow, big wall coming out. Not sure how I feel about this wall. I think it's a lot better to do sort of what Lyndon did and just go tree line to tree line. Torches out. Going to work on that wall. One relic is already home in the bank. Oh yeah, it's in the back. And another one is on the way. Spears are gonna... Oh my god, they almost got that first samurai. These are super expensive, so you don't want to just lose them for nothing. 7 spears out with 5 more in the queue. And now we've got some knights to go alongside the king. But the Great Wall of checks and notes Japan is here to protect a little bit. Oh, going to be able to intercept that that last relic coming in. Let's see what's popping off at home. Yeah, just pure stables, it seems like. Adding on a 3rd stable is pretty insane, in my humble opinion. Like, surely just constantly pumping out at the 2 is going to be enough, right? I guess he feels he needs to go pretty heavy into this, which makes this swap to the Yumi Ashigaru particularly potent. Sorry about that. Yes, it is income time. Honestly, Tiny has a window right now where his army is badass and pretty big, but seems to be using it to chase the king around. Sadly, the conversion attempt is thwarted. We've got a relic over here. This will be Not a Beaver's first relic. Man, Tundra is so cool. I really like this map. Just having this like back pocket where you can set up a little food eco and feel like, you know, a little okay is pretty cool. Oh no, Mounted Samurai goes down. But the Yumi are now chasing after these spears and gonna get some good damage done. Do we have a blacksmith? We're really gonna need +1 range defense if we're gonna pull this off. This kind of like pure spear style. Yeah, I really don't like the Springolds here. I know he's a big Springold fan, but Springolds aren't good against pretty much anything that he's making, right? It's predominantly like Mounted Samurai Yumi. Probably just balancing your army out with like crossbows even would be a better choice from the White Tower. But who knows? Maybe he's thinking like several steps ahead and feels like the Springolds would be useful in the later stages of the game. But honestly, I think that Not a Beaver has gotten away with his second TC for long enough that there may not be a super giga late game. Tiny has enough stone to make a second TC of his own, but it doesn't seem like that is the plan right now. Oh shoot, yeah, this king is just super annoying. How did he get in? We're gonna have to wait and see. Oh, he must have just... Yeah, he must have just came out from this way. And lives with 12 HP. Oh no, this horseman's gonna... This feudal horseman is going to eventually poke him down. But we have another raiding party en route. It's interesting that he's sending them over here. So there must be a hole in the wall that we didn't see, that he did see. Because he seems to be going for it again. Okay, here comes a pretty massive Japanese army. We need to just get like... We just need to get a good chunk of damage here, or else English is just going to scale out of control. Between the tree lines of the south. At the south of the wall. No, yeah, he's just going up and over around this way. So, it seems to be a tight wall. But man, yeah. Tiny should not be the one losing villagers in this game state, right? We always want to just be punishing the 2TC players as much as we can, but so many villagers going down. Up to 5 now. He doesn't want to bring the whole army home to deal with it, but he's also not confident attacking at the same time he's defending, so this army's just going to sit idle in the middle. Yeah, let's see. 2x the income? Yeah, because we're getting pretty high up there on villagers. 2x the income indeed. Tiny missed the window. Yeah, he didn't really attempt the window. It really just seems like his game plan was like survive against Linden for as long as possible, instead of like, let's try to actually take a chunk out of him. Let's try to actually just like go for it, you know? And of course, being the reigning champ, it is tempting to just take the small victories that you can. But yeah, it really seems like just never attacking or raiding is just a surefire way to just lose against 2TC. Surely he scouted the 2TC, right? Yeah, I'm sure he did at some point. We saw he sent his 2 knights over here. I'm sure at some point he saw it, but... Yeah, the English farm eco gets pretty out of control, as we are seeing just farms everywhere. Sacred victory is a possibility. If you're asking what it is, basically just these 3 sacred sites act as like as like control zones, and when you've got them all captured, a 10-minute timer starts. And now Not a Beaver has 10 minutes to uncap at least one of these sites, or else he auto loses. Of course, the win condition is pretty cool, but they also just give passive gold generation too, so it's pretty good for that. Yeah, Mounted Samurai are gonna come along the back, but these Springolds just have no good targets. Thankfully, the spears are going to absolutely shred. Oh my god, we needed way more Yumi. But now that the dust is settled, these Yumi are good against everything that's left. Crossbows, springled, spears. He just needs to micro. Micro like crazy. Yeah, 10 minutes feels like forever. And yeah, these crossbows and these springalds even are really not going to do a whole lot of damage. You know what? The springalds were for non-mounted samurai. That's what they were for. I think he probably thought he was going to see a lot more than is actually here. We do see a little bit of a swap to them though here. 14, one more in the queue. Yumi are sort of starting to gather in the center. And but taking the victory, he's going to go back to the middle sacred site and decapture that one. Oh, we missed this raid in the back. How did he get here? Oh, he burnt down the small wall at the top. No villager kills, though, so Not a Beaver did see this in time and pulled the villagers to safety. Sacred site is decapped. We're going Imperial. We're going Imperial here? I mean, if we're going to be out on the map, surely we just put it here on the sacred site, the gold and the stone, no? Who knows? I doubt he's securing the deer, right? He's got enough food and income to last the rest of the game. But, oh man, okay. Honestly, this looks pretty sus for English, yeah. Just going to get absolutely cleaned up here. The rest of his army's over here holding the sacred site, but a pretty good opportunity here where he catches the military cut in half. If I'm tiny here, I'm just going for it. I'm taking that victory and trying to fight the rest of it here. We've got another raid coming in on the farms. Finally going to pick up his first villager kill of the game. Just right-clicking as many villagers as he can. Able to get 3. What is this trebuchet for? Not sure what the treb is for. Possibly a misclick. But the springalds are actually going to be pretty good here. Now there's so many of the non-mounted samurais. Okay, here we go. Round 2. I do like Tiny's army composition way better. But it's just going to come down to unit control. Can he get samurais around back? Wow, if I'm tiny, I'm not even worried about these springles, to be honest. I'm just going on to the archers. But wow, yeah, this is going to be a cleanup, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, absolutely. There's just no way. Especially with the reinforcements coming. Military upgrades are very similar. All these units aren't fighting. Oh, the longbows, all of them were shooting while half the Japanese army was just AFK. I wonder what he was... I wonder if there was something else happening on the map, but oh, that was really brutal. What looked like probably an easy victory just really didn't turn out that way. But the elite upgrades are in for the longbowmen. And Tiny's going to start feeling the effects of being an entire age behind, as the tech is just starting to run its course. These trebuchet are going to have a hard time being useful in this battle, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, spears are able to just get on top of the mounted samurai right away. They're actually absorbing a good amount of arrow fire, which is hilarious. Oh man, yeah, just going to get cleaned up here. An age behind, lost too many battles, and now the sacred sites are starting to flip. Yep. GG in game 1. So, yeah. Pretty tough. Pretty tough. Okay, here we go. Swap the scores around. There we go. It's going to be the Ottoman Empire against Tiny's French. First series of the night. Yes, it is. We saw English win over Japan in game 1. If you want to cast, I'm in the channel too, by the way. No pressure. So, yes. Oh, are we going on to fish right away? We are. But not a beaver is going to scout this move. He didn't. Oh, and he went Dark Age Spears too. So, oh, they're gonna go straight. Yo, MSN, what's up? Yes, watching Not a Beaver, the GOAT. So Dark Age Spears, well, they're definitely gonna have to get the hell out of here. That's for sure. I wonder if he just goes for the gold anyway. Yeah, he does. He ends up just going for the gold anyway, which is pretty stylish, to be honest. He kind of knows that he can go mess with this food income anytime he wants. But the gold is very time sensitive. He can possibly delay feudal, and if he can't delay feudal like he couldn't in this case, he can at least ensure that there's no knights on the way. And now that he's sort of done that damage, now he can move over to the fish. And what are you going to do as French here? A little ring around the rosy, perhaps. Sheep game immaculate. Making more spears. So this is something that I realized that Lyndon does a lot. I think a lot of people just make like 2 spears, you know, 3 spears stop, 3 spears tops. But yeah, Lyndon will often just go up to 5 and try to get like really huge damage done. Scary stream day, yeah. Once a week. That's all I got for you boys. Once a week, we cover the matches. We do our thing. That's all I got for you guys. Sheep game, just real strong. I don't think Ottoman's brought back. Oh yeah, he must have. Unless this is. No. Okay, so he already brought sheep back. Oh, if only these spears knew that he was actually on deer over here. Yeah, the second gold and this deer. How many subs to quit? 20 cents a sub. I don't know, dude. My day job is pretty good, so we'll just do this for funsies. Yeah, Tiny's got big ones. So Tiny's Diamond 1, I think. And so I think you really do need to like take risks when you're up against a much better player. Oh, wow. I actually only just realized that this School of Cav is so late. We had the 200 gold to go feudal like a while ago. But I guess food was an issue. Who the hell knows? Patty, it's late at night. We expected all you kids to be asleep by now. There's gonna be big kid words around here. Twin Minaret. Such a good landmark. It's pretty crazy that it gathers like faster than boar, or like as fast as boar, and just you can chill on it the whole game with like 5. Okay, he does actually find this nonsense happening down here. The villagers just straight up pull the shivs out. I'll come cast after this series. Yeah, that's what I was saying. If you want to cast, hop in. I'm in the channel. You're more than twice as ELO. Patty is unranked. Yeah. Okay, here we go. So we're gonna keep 4 on here. Dude, what is this scout doing? It's attacking a sheep? I think it was attacking a sheep. Oh no, it was attacking this villager here. Scout is a power play. It's just to get in your head. Oh, these spears are gonna get their asses kicked. Where are they going? A little moment of uncertainty is going to lead to some unnecessary damage on these lads. The Royal Knight's gonna chase them out. He just braces. Yeah, honestly fair. What does he take here? Anatolian Hills is an interesting choice. Although, oh my god, he went docks. I'm such a bad caster. I'm not even noticing what's happening back here, but there's no way these docks are gonna be alive after these knights find out what's going on, right? I don't know, we'll see. Anyways, feeling like he's secured map control again. French is moving back out to the fishing operation. And yeah, I guess we've got enough spears to push away the first knights. What's the foods? We're so broke. Tiny's making a proxy? Dude, don't troll me, man. It's so... I could totally miss something like that. Wow, he's going way out on the deer. Yeah. Proxy 2 archery ranges. What is this? An MSN KT guide? Oh yeah, KT on land is totally viable. You just need to like proxy 2 archery ranges. Okay. So the night count is getting spicy. It's just our food situation is so dire. Do we have... We don't. Is there somewhere I could watch an MSN KT guide? He collabed with Swaggy Professor. I linked the video in our Discord, I think. But it was, yeah, he just calls it. Honestly, he was dead. What was he doing, man? He had no food. That was just what hurt the most, honestly. Oh, man. That's brutal.